the ability to unmute, but I would ask you, please let us get through this meeting. I know it's very contentious and there's a lot of emotion going into tonight amongst some people, but let the board get through what they're going to get through. There will be time, not this evening, to go through and have everybody be heard through any action. So please just basically in kind of an observing capacity this evening, keep yourself muted unless you're a board of director. Obviously, you're welcome to observe these proceedings, but we want to get it through the board business and be able to move on. I'm giving everyone just a few minutes to get logged in. Okay. Again, my name is Sarah Webner. I'm going to be chairing this meeting on behalf of the association. Do I have a motion to call to order Board of Directors meeting at 5:02? Motion to call. Seconded. Janelle, I second. Janelle second, I heard? Yes. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Perfect. And just for the record, can I have my board members who are present just briefly just say hello, just announce your name?
DJ Johnson.
DJ, perfect.
Tom Franzen.
Thank you. Erica Tirado. Janelle Marazon.
Scott Davis.
Carlos muted. Carlos, are you here? He's there, but he's muted. I see him, okay. Carlos, we see you in the chat when you get a moment. Just unmute and say. Proof of notice, I understand 48 hours posted notice was provided by the board of directors, saying date, time, location, and providing the Zoom information for proof of posting. An affidavit backup to substantiate the same to be provided. What we are here tonight, for anyone who's not aware, most of you probably are, there was a membership meeting to vote to recall 3 of your board of directors. So what does that mean? It now goes to the board to certify whether that was done correctly, because there's a lot of technical legal requirements that go into a recall. For good reason. You don't want people thrown off the board without following proper procedure. So the board tonight can motion to reject the recall. That has to be done by a majority of the board, saying no, we don't believe that it was done correctly. Oh, Carlos, we can hear you. Is that you, Carlos? I think I heard him for a second. And if they are going to reject it, they have to provide specificity as to why. Now, then it is deemed rejected, but that's not where the story ends. If it's rejected, then within 5 business days, the association does have to file a petition with GDPR, having GDPR, the Department of Business, look over the rejection and make a determination as to whether or not it was a valid rejection or should the board have certified it. And they'll make that call. They'll sign an arbitrator who will review everything. It'll involve your owner's representative, Scott Davis, who will have a chance to provide all of the evidence to DBPR, saying here's why we think it should have been certified. The association will provide everything, saying this is why we think it should have been rejected. Okay. So at this time, I'm going to ask for any of my board members, is there a motion to reject the recall? Motion to reject. Is that Erica? Yes. Okay. Erica, can you provide specifications in detail as to why the board is rejecting, knowing that this will go in the meeting minutes and then be provided to DBPR? Yes, so there's several reasons. One, the proxy did not contain the date, time, or location at the time of the signature for each owner. And after the signature, only a date was written in. The next reason is the proxy did not have a vote contained within it. Meaning it didn't say for or against each director. It didn't have also whether they can say yes or no, if they can vote to keep or recall the owner. Is that gonna work with her? I'm sorry? I think Carlos's audio is finally working. He was just letting us know he's here. Keep going, Erica. So the proxy did not state yes or no for someone to choose to vote. They just simply said recall off. The votes have to be separately or independently of each director. So it should not be linked to another director. Also, the proxy said on the top, general proxy. However, it did contain a list which would make it limited in scope with the list of items that it contained on the proxy. The statute 720.303C1 states that you can perform a recall in a meeting in lieu of an agreement in writing in the governing documents, however, specifically provide the members may only also recall and remove a board of directors to vote by a vote taken at a meeting. But the bylaws of the Surrey Ridge also say that the majority of the members may remove a director, but does not say it does not say at a meeting. Therefore, by written agreement would have not been done properly. Also, 720.03 that says that if vacancies occur during a meeting of a recall, then the majority would have to at that time select the replacement of those vacancies, and that did not occur as well. The next would be that there were 11 proxies that are rejected for several reasons. 3 of the owners revoked their proxies prior to the meeting, and 8 of them were present at the meeting, so that would void their proxies, and they did not vote. And they're as follows. So 9849 Surrey Ridge signed in, that was present at the meeting in person, and also turned in a proxy. So that one is rejected. The next one is 9842 Surrey Ridge. Same reason, signed in, was present at the meeting, and the proxy is invalid because they were present. 9902 Triple Crown, same reason, signed in. The proxy is invalid and did not cast a vote, but they were there present at the meeting. There is, I don't have an address on this one, but it has a name. DeLeon, Rosa, and Eileen signed in, also in person, and their their proxy is invalid. They did not cast a vote while they were there. 2243 Churchill Downs Circle, signed in, was in person, proxy is invalid, and did not vote in the meeting. 9969 Triple Crown, signed in person, proxy invalid, did not vote during the meeting. 9954 Triple Crown, signed in, was in person, proxy is invalid, did not vote during the meeting. 9848 Surrey Ridge, signed in. The proxy is invalid and did not vote while they were there. And the 3 that revoked were 2129 Churchill Down, rejected the proxy prior to the meeting. 2229 Churchill Downs revoked the proxy prior to the meeting, and 9979 Triple Crown revoked their proxy prior to the meeting. Okay. Understanding the reasons for the rejection and the motion, is there a second to Erica's motion?
I second Erica's motion.
Is that DJ?
Yes.
Okay. Now we're going to go one by one and vote yes or no. So if you guys could just say your name and then yes or no, each director. Yay or nay, actually.
Tom Franzen, I vote yay.
To reject. Okay. Janelle Marazon, I vote yay. Erica, your vote, I assume, is yay. Since you made the motion. Perfect.
Yes.
Okay.
DJ Johnson, yay.
Okay. Scott and Carlos, are you abstaining or would you like to cast?
This is Carlos Garcia, I'll abstain.
Abstain? Okay.
What is the exact question again?
There's a motion to reject the recall. So just agree or disagree with that. Yes or no?
I disagree now.
Okay. The motion does carry by majority board. So what happens now? That's what we talked about. I will be filing a petition with arbitration that will have the department look over the reasons that Erica cited, and they'll make a determination. They'll say, yes, we agree. It was proper. You should not have certified. Things weren't done according to statute. They may say, no, we disagree. We think you should have certified. And if the department thinks, no, everything was done correctly, they'll certify it, and then the recall will occur, and those 3 people will be off your board. So there's a lot of good oversight. It's an appeal. Some people tonight who maybe voted for the recall are saying, wait, I voted. We thought we had this vote. Know that DBPR diligently looked through this. Your owner's representative, Scott Davis, will be provided an opportunity to present that side of the argument to DBPR. They will receive copies of the proxies, copies of the video from the evening, copies of the owner roster. They really go through it. Typically, we'll even have 1 or 2 hearings with DBPR to really discuss these issues, get into it, and they'll make that determination. Did it follow statute, yes or no? And then we'd be announcing that to the community. So with that said, thank you all for being here. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I have a question, though. I'm one of the residents that was listed as being present at the meeting. That confuses me. I'm 9848 Surrey Ridge Road. Can you explain that to me?
Did you not attend the meeting?
I did attend the meeting.
Okay, so the way that a proxy works is you're sending someone on your behalf. But if you're there, then you should have casted a ballot on your behalf. Now, the counter argument to that is you were just there to observe. And that's what I understand the other side is sort of saying about it. Like, hey, people gave me the ability to vote for them, but they wanted to come and see the proceedings. So both sides of that argument will be presented to DBPR for them to make a determination. But typically, when you go to an HOA meeting, a proxy is only used if you can't attend. You're sending someone in your place. But if you're there, it doesn't really make sense that there's you and a proxy holder there. It sort of like invalidates the two. So that's the argument on one side. There's an argument on another. We'll see what DBPR thinks about it. And I'm honestly not sure how they'll come down on it.
I want to add at this point that before I sent out the meeting notice to homeowners, I consulted with legal counsel Sarah Webner, who's on the call now directing this meeting, and she stated specifically that this had to be an in-person vote. I tried to do it on Zoom. We printed over 100 mailers, and right at the last minute before she clocked out for the day, in came an email that said this has to be done in person. So we changed it and we made it in person. It gave us more time anyway, but at no point did she inform us, advise us, as she has for the other side apparently, that you could not vote in person.
You can vote in the corporation. Okay, guys.
I'll figure out what I need to do.
Okay.
Okay, so much.
Thank you, everyone. We appreciate you being here this evening. Erica, do I have a motion to adjourn? Motion to adjourn. Seconded. Janelle, I motion to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, everyone.